So this tumbler has already been painted with a base coat. It's had a layer of Helios Crafters glue, 2 layers of the fine glitter, and then it has been sealed again with the Helios Craft glue. So this video is just to show you the Hyperion top coat process. So if you would like to see this tumbler turn from this to this, then please keep watching. So you need to make sure you have got a little measuring jug for your Hyperion top coat, and you will need some sort of brush. I like to use these fluffy makeup brushes to apply. I just find it gives the most even, full coverage. So for a 20-ounce tumbler like this, I use 10 milliliters of Hyperion per coat, with the exception of the first coat, which I do a flood coat, which means you use double the amount of Hyperion that you would use on a regular coat. So for this coat, I'm going to use 20 milliliters. I start pouring in the middle of the tumbler, and then I spread it downwards. Take this slowly, you don't need to rush it, and just till the whole of the tumbler is covered from the middle to the bottom. And you just want to like guide the Hyperion onto the tumbler. You don't really want to be brushing it about too much. And then I tend to do the same again, pour into the middle-ish, and then I brush upwards. And this just tends to, I find it helps to give the best coverage, because you know you're getting all areas. And when I say you want to just guide it on, you just want to make sure it is evenly spread across the whole tumbler, and the only thing you need to look out for is pooling. And pooling is basically where the product like gathers in one area, because you don't want that. So as long as it is evenly spread and there's no like obvious pooling, then you're good to go. So I just keep repeating this process until the whole 20 milliliters of Hyperion is on the tumbler. And like I say, this is called a flood coat because we are flooding the tumbler with the product. And that just gives a good foundation for the rest of the tumbler. Not forgetting the base. Once I finish the whole of the actual tumbler, I go on and do the base. Just want to make sure that has nice even coverage as well. So with Hyperion, you can turn the spinner off after an hour and then leave it to air dry for another hour. And then after the second hour is finished, you can recoat it with the second coat. So I find it helpful to write this down because my mind, I will not remember. So it is 11 AM now. So I will turn this spinner off at 12 o'clock and then I will come back and recoat it at 1 PM. So once you've completed the first 3 coats of Hyperion, at this point I like to sand the tumbler down because it is still very gritty, you can probably hear. And it just needs a little sanding to smooth out those lumps and bumps, so then when you go in with the next 3 coats, it will start to smooth out. So I like to use, I don't know what grit this sandpaper is, it's not very coarse, but equally it's not fine. So I would just find something that is like medium grit, I would say, and just give it a light sanding all over. At this point, the aim is not to get a completely smooth surface, it's literally just to sand down that top grit layer. once you've sanded it lightly, you can go in with your fourth coat. Exactly the same process as before, and we're still just going to go with the normal amount for this one. I'm not doing a flood coat for this one. So pour straight into the middle and down until it's covered, and then same again, straight into the middle and pour up, brush up until the whole tumbler is covered. If you feel like you need more, you can always add more, but you don't need to flood coat every single time. Okay, so then that is coat 4 and it is 10 a.m. As you can probably tell, I've had to do this process over several days because I keep running out of time to come back for the next coat. So 10 a.m. for coat 4, which means the spinner can go off in 1 hour at 11 a.m. and then at 12, which is 2 hours from now, it will be ready for coat 5. We are now 8 coats in of Hyperion, so it's feeling really quite smooth now. So my best practice is after 8 coats, I tend to give it another sanding down. You'll be able to feel for the little spots, like I can feel one here, there's just like a little tiny sharp spot there. So I'm gonna sand it down one final time, and then we're gonna put the UV DTF on it, and then we're on to the final 2 coats, so we're nearly there. We just wanna go in and give this a gentle sanding down and feel out for the sharp points along the way so you know exactly where you need to sand. Do not panic if as you're sanding you start to see some of the shine go away. It will start to go a bit mattified, but do not panic because as soon as you put the Hyperion over it again, that shine will come straight back. You may find by this point that it doesn't need an awful lot of sanding because you've got so many coats on there now that it should be near enough completely smoothed out, especially when you're using fine glitter instead of chunky glitter. So with this one, it is already pretty smooth. I'm just kind of doing this for completeness. Okay, I would say that's feeling pretty good now, as smooth as it's gonna get. So let's get this UV DTF on and then we can finish this up. This is the UV DTF we're using. So it says, hey sweet tea. So yeah, let's get this on. Right, it is time for the final 2 coats. So I would always recommend, after you've applied your UV DTF or your decals, whatever it is you're applying, to do another flood coat. This is optional, but I just think it makes sense to flood coat it when you've just put the decal on. As you can probably see, I've just applied that flood coat and there is still a lot of product left. So actually, we don't even need, because it's so smooth now, we don't even need to flood coat it because it's just sitting so beautifully on there now anyway. And here we go. Here is the finished result. It feels like it's taken me forever and a day to get this finished, but just look at that shine, look at that glass shine from the Hyperion. The world is your oyster with these tumblers as well. Like, you could use any glitter under the sun. You could stick with fine glitter, you could use chunky glitter, you could use any UV DTF or decal that you've got. I just can't get over that sparkle. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments for me. If you did find this helpful, please remember to like the video and subscribe to my channel for more videos just like this. And I'll see you in the next one.